Hello friends, welcome back to Divijj World of Facts. Today we will talk about 1900 to 2022 present 2021 history of Germany. So let's start. In 1900, the Germans were a superpower along with the UK or Great Britain at that time. In 1914, in 1914, Austria-Hungary asked Germany to declare war on Serbia. Then Germans say okay and help Austria-Hungary to invade Serbia, but they did not invade full of Serbia. Russia actually invaded Austria-Hungary, so Germany had to invade Russia. Then it had invaded Belgium. But why? It was a neutral country. It was to shock the French people by invading in the north. Yes, Belgium is in the north of France. And actually because of they did not invade the front of France as they had artillery to kill the German troops. So that's why they invaded Belgium. But the British troops came to help Belgium as they had signed a treaty that if anyone attacks us, if attacked by one, the other has to help the country. So it happened by Belgium. Belgium was invaded by Germany and Great Britain helped Belgium, but failed. Then they tell the French that please be aware, Germany is going to invade your north. They got ready, but still the Germany came to Paris, the French capital, as you must do, the city of romance. So Germans lost. A war happened between Germany and France that who will control Paris, but actually Germany lost and they were pushed out of Paris and even out of France. Then the British, Belgian and French troops helped Belgium to get independence, freedom. And then Belgium gets freedom. Then Germany surrenders World War I in 1918. Then it lost territory to victors. Denmark and Poland, two new nations, were created by the German area. Poland was in the east and in Denmark in the north. It becomes the Weimar Republic and Germany starts giving money to the victors. UK, USA, France, like that, Belgium and more. And this west part of Germany was the reason of invasion of Belgium. So it was controlled by Belgium and France. It was a part of Weimar Republic, but it was like a puppet area of Germany to France and Belgium. And Germany started printing money and just had to stop in 1929, 1 year later. In 1938, Hitler was very angry and swiped out Weimar Republic to the German Reich. As you must know, Nazi Germany, as his party, Nazism, won. Okay, then Austrians joined them. Then they invade Czechoslovakia. Yes, not whole of Czechoslovakia. First they only invaded German Czechoslovakia. German-speaking Czechoslovakia. Then did you know what they do? They did invade whole of. Then they had a meeting. Hitler had a meeting with British President Churchill. Then Churchill signed. Hitler signed like a treaty to sign of paper to Churchill that he will not invade the rest of Czechoslovakia. Then they had the Czechoslovakians. I don't know what the people are, but they celebrated festival for Churchill as they protected their country. But Hitler lied and invaded more of Czechoslovakia. Then Churchill said, "You lied to me." Hitler actually lied to them. Then France, I mean, then they invade Poland. Poland. Even though British and French protected Poland, plus they had warned, if you invade Poland, we will declare war on you. Germany actually thought it was normal and just invaded Poland. Then France and UK declared war on Germany. Then thought to just go in the eastward, but westward was Western France and UK were actually going to declare a war on them, so they thought to sign a non-aggression pact with the Soviet Union. France and UK were afraid then could not actually protect Poland, and Germany invaded Warsaw and the other Poland was invaded by the USSR. Then the British blocked the trade of Germany and Sweden by blocking the trade way in Norway. Yes, it was from Denmark, so from some sea, and then Norway, and then Sweden. So they blocked in Norway. Then Hitler was very angry and actually invaded Denmark, and British and French troops entered Norway, but they got doomed by the German Air Force. Germany built an air force after becoming the German Reich. The German Reich, okay? Then Germany boomed the French and British troops and then invaded Norway. Then they invaded whole of Norway. They invaded north of Norway, then whole of Norway. They invaded south, then whole of Norway. Then they boomed Netherlands. The planes which they boomed the Netherlands, actually they could defeat Great Britain with. Actually they only defeated the Netherlands, which they could invade only. And they invaded Belgium, then attacked the north of France. Ardennes was an area of France. It was naturally covered. It was a very important part of the French invasion, as the French thought they cannot enter this area and cannot invade France with this. But that was the reason of French invasion. They came to fight the best French troops and some 1 lakh British troops, which in other numbers is 100,000. Then the Germans invade Ardennes. They invade Ardennes. Then it was a big problem. Then they easily circled the French troops, best troops, and British troops. Then they defeated the best French troops, and the British troops go away to England, Britain. Then France was alone to fight such a big Germany. Then actually France lost, and south of France was still alive, but was a puppet of Germany. It was named Vichy France or Vicky France. Then Italy failed the invasion of Greece, and Albania was mostly covered by Greece, which was colonized by Italy. Albania was colonized by Italy. Then Italy was a very good ally of Germany, and they told it to Germany, and Germany just said to Hungary, you join Axis or I will invade you. So said Germany, so Hungary and Romania and Bulgaria. So they said, okay, I will join the Axis, but Yugoslavia said, we will be neutral, we don't want to join this war. Then Germans were angry and invaded Yugoslavia. Then Germany, of course, invaded Greece, but Greece was given to Italy. A little part of Yugoslavia and Greece was given back to Bulgaria. Bulgaria was a good ally of Germany in World War II and World War I also. And then they invaded the USSR, the Soviet Union, which had fought a war with Finland and had invaded a little part of Romania. They invaded the USSR, which was actually, they invaded in the summer. Then they invaded a lot of USSR, the European USSR mainly, but not Moscow. No, not Moscow. And actually they were very close to Moscow, but winter came. The Soviet leader Stalin actually had a great victory as they invaded the rest of USSR. The Soviet Union invaded, took back the part which Germany had actually invaded. Then the US had joined the Allies, but because they were attacked by German ships. Then the Americans came to Europe. British Canadians actually also came to Europe in France to help it gain freedom. D-Day came. In D-Day, the American, British Canadian and British troops helped France to gain freedom. They invaded north of France, then D-Day ends, and then they invaded whole of France, took whole of France, then the Soviet Union invaded a lot of Germany, then it invaded Berlin. The end of World War II of Germany, because Japan was still fighting. Then it was the end of World War II, and East Germany was a part which had Berlin, but was a puppet of the USSR. It also had fought in 1956, fought the USSR. Its people tried to gain independence, but could not get fully independent. Then in 1990, the East Germans break the Berlin Wall and join West Germany. The USSR collapsed. Then Germany had a leading export. But firstly, East Germany reunited Germany, and Germany joined the EU and NATO and became one of the richest countries in the world. It had a great economy and great life until 2020. The virus, everyone knows right now, COVID-19 came, lakhs of people got infected and thousands died. So friends, we saw that the German history from 1914 is deadly. So hope you like the video, subscribe and share. Bye bye. Stay home, stay safe.